upcoming deadlines. Again, March 29th, you're gonna hear this date over and over again because it is critical to you. March 29th is the date that if you don't do anything by March 29th, you will not get anything, period. That is your cutoff date. Your adult opt-out deadline is March 29th. Objections to the settlement, March 29th. There will be a fairness hearing on July 12th, and then the claims period will end on August 26th. So those are some important dates to keep in mind. And again, we'll go over them again, and we'll continue to inform and remind you of these dates as we get closer and closer to the deadlines. So there are 3 options for adult class members. And again, that deadline, March 29th. The first option.
Where is this?
Well, I was gonna say, why is, there you go. So the first option for adults is you can register to participate a claim in the settlement funds. The second option is you have the option of opting out, which means that you want to pursue further legal claims with your own individual attorney, not with our class team. You have to get your own legal counsel to pursue any claim if you choose to opt out. And your third option is do nothing. But understand that that automatically means you give up any further legal claim to funds from these settling defendants, which is the state of Michigan and the engineering firm and the city of Flint and McLaren Hospital. So make sure you don't do nothing. There are also 3 options for minor children that you must act on by the March 29th deadline. The first option is you can register again, which means you want to pursue filing a claim with the settlement funds. Or as a minor, you can file a notice of non-participation. And what that means is as a parent or a child representative, you are electing to defer participation of the child or children up until the age of 19. If you have questions about that, call us and we can explain it further. The third option for minor children is do nothing. Again, unlike adults, they're not barred from future participation in the settlement. If you were a minor and you do nothing, you do retain your rights to file a claim with this settlement up until the age of 19.
Thank you, Trishelle. And for those who are attending this evening, if you do have a question, please post it in the Q&A box, and one of the attorneys will be answering it live, and then we will post those answers on the website as well. Next, I'd like to turn this over to Leslie Mitchell-Kroger, who will answer the FAQs about this process.
Thanks, David. Hi, everybody. So we've been at this for a little while now, and if you've emailed or called in, you've probably heard from me or from Channing. So we've kind of put together a few frequently asked questions that might be beneficial for everyone. So keep in mind, if you are registering for someone other than yourself, and as has been previously said, every person must file their own registration form. But many of you are doing this on behalf of your children, perhaps someone that you have guardianship for. If someone has passed away and you are the legal personal representative of their estate, that's okay to do. You just have to have some type of legal authority showing that. So if you are a parent, you need to have your ID and you need to have the child's birth certificate or an income tax return showing that the child is listed as your dependent. There's a place to upload that in the form, or if you have difficulty, you can call us or contact us. We'll help walk you through that. You just have to have some legal authority and show that it's appropriate for you to help this person file the registration form and ultimately file the claim form. We're going to say this, and in addition to the March 29th date, we're going to say this over and over again. Every individual, every adult, every property owner, every business owner must file their own form. Even if you are registering your child. If you register for yourself, you also have to register your child. If you're registering your child, you also have to register yourself. every person, every property owner, every business owner has to have a separate form that is filed through the registration process before March 29th in order to be eligible to file a claim for the settlement. So let's talk about the first thing that you're going to see, because many people have had questions about this. The first thing that you're going to see, whether you do this on paper or electronically, are these 4 boxes. So I just wanted to spend a few minutes of time on this. One of these boxes is going to apply to you, or you haven't been exposed to the water, right? So let's look at the first one. Registrant, that would be you. You would be filling it out. You are the registrant. Did you own or did you live in a residence served by the Flint water treatment plant? Or you are legally liable for the payment of bills for that water. So did you own or did you live in a residence served by the water treatment plant? Or you're legally liable for the payment of the water during that key time period, April 25th, 2014 through November 16, 2020. If any of that is true, you check that box. You can also have other boxes checked. The second box, the registrant, that's you again, or the person you're filing it on behalf of. Did you own or did you operate a business that was served by the Flint water treatment plant? Or were you legally liable for the payment of bills for that water during this time period, April 25, 2014 to November 16, 2020? It might be both. Third box, registrant, that's you again. Registrant was exposed to water from the Flint water treatment plant for at least 21 days during a 30-day period. So 3 weeks out of a 30-day period were you exposed from any time between April 25th, 2014 and November 16, 2020. You can have box 1 and box 3. You can have 1, 2, and 3. Whatever is true for you is what you should check off. And the last box, the last option is, this is a shorter time frame and a different criteria. During the period of April 25th, 2014 through December 31st, 2018, were you both exposed to the water from the Flint water treatment plant and diagnosed by a physician with Legionnaire's disease? So again, that one's different. That's a shorter time frame with a very specific diagnosis. During the period of April 25th, 2014 through December 31st, 2018, were you as the registrant or the person that you're filing it on behalf of both exposed to the water from the Flint water treatment plant and diagnosed with Legionnaire's disease, a diagnosis by a physician or hospital with Legionnaire's disease? These 4 boxes are the first thing you're going to see on the form. It's very important that you read them carefully and that you check whichever box or boxes apply to you. Again, if you have questions about what this might mean for you, we're here to assist you. A couple other tips. Other things you're going to see on the form. Your name, you need to fill that in. Your date of birth, your social security number. And I know people have had questions about the security of the website. It is secure. And I think Ted or Mike or someone is going to follow up with that with a little bit more information. It's going to ask you your addresses from April 25th, 2014 and to the present. Your present address is very important because if they need to mail something out to you, they need to know where to send it. But it's also equally important that you establish that you lived in Flint from April 25th, 2014 to the present, and that you were exposed to that water. So take a little time. Again, as always, if you have questions about the form, we're going to have numbers towards the end of the presentation. You can call us, you can call the website administrator. We're going to provide that to you. And you'll need to upload your identification. If you have trouble with that, we have the office open in Flint, or you can call us and we'll walk you through that. A few technology tips we have learned over the past few weeks. If you are having issues when you sign into the website, if you're trying it online, you sign in with your email and within 15 minutes, they're going to send you what they call a login token. If you don't get that back within 15 minutes, check your spam or your junk folder. Very often it's there. If you're trying to do this on your phone, many people have had difficulty on their phone, depending on the type of phone they have, the type of service they have. We're not quite sure why. Use a computer if it's available to you. Most people have been able to access it through a computer. Oddly enough, if you are using Safari as your internet browser, people have trouble with that. Try to switch over to Chrome. The system does seem to work better with Chrome. So remember, look in your spam folder, use a computer if you have it, and if you're on the computer, try to use Chrome as your internet browser. And one more time, the registration period ends March the 29th. If you start the form and you get stuck because you don't have a document, don't wait. If you don't have a birth certificate for your child and you have to order it, or you have to find it in storage, or it's with your parent, or it's with a former spouse, don't delay the registration form. Get it submitted. You will be able to go back in and supplement once you get that form. If you don't have a birth certificate, or you are completely missing something that you need to order, you need to order it as soon as you possibly can, but we don't want you to hold up the registration form, because all the information that you're inputting will be key to getting you registered and your eligibility looked at. We can get those forms in separately. We can supplement that. That's not a problem, but don't hold up. March 29th is the deadline. If you miss that deadline, you will miss your opportunity for eligibility to file a claim form. Is this still me, David? So
Yes, ma'am.
as we've said previously, we are here to help. We do have an office in Flint. It's on Robert T. Longway Boulevard. We are open 10 to 4, and I think people are stretched out even farther than that. If you need it, we have an 800 number where we are taking calls. We have a service 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can email us at info@flintwaterjustice.com. And we have a website where we are posting new information as we get it. You can find the registration form link there. You can find all the documents on the class action, on the order of preliminarily approving it. And we are updating as often as we can, frequently asked questions to assist you.